Jane Eyre is a novel by Charlotte Brontë published in 1847. The novel tells the story of Jane Eyre, an orphan girl who becomes a governess at Thornfield Hall, where she falls in love with her employer, Mr. Rochester. The novel is a coming-of-age story that explores themes of social class, gender, love, and morality. The novel opens with Jane Eyre as a 10-year-old orphan living with her cruel aunt and cousins, the Reeds, at Gateshead Hall. Jane is mistreated by her family, who see her as inferior due to her low social status and lack of wealth. Despite her harsh living conditions, Jane is a strong-willed and intelligent girl who values her education. One day, Jane fights back against her bullying cousin, John Reed, and is punished by being locked in a room where she experiences a terrifying supernatural encounter. This incident prompts Jane's aunt to send her to Lowood Institution, a charity school for orphan girls. At Lowood, Jane makes friends with Helen Burns, a kind and intelligent girl who teaches her about forgiveness and self-control. Jane excels at her studies and becomes a teacher at the school. However, life at Lowood is harsh, and the girls are subjected to poor living conditions and strict discipline. After several years at Lowood, Jane decides to leave and seek employment as a governess. She accepts a position at Thornfield Hall, where she is tasked with educating Mr. Rochester's ward, Adele. Jane finds Thornfield Hall to be a mysterious and gothic place, and she is intrigued by the enigmatic Mr. Rochester. As Jane and Mr. Rochester spend more time together, they develop a deep connection, despite their differences in social status and age. However, their relationship is threatened by the revelation that Mr. Rochester is already married, and his insane wife is locked in the attic of Thornfield Hall. Jane is devastated by this revelation and leaves Thornfield Hall, eventually finding refuge with St. John Rivers, a clergyman who offers her a job and a place to stay. St. John urges Jane to marry him and become a missionary in India, but Jane refuses, realizing that she still loves Mr. Rochester. Jane returns to Thornfield Hall, where she finds that Mr. Rochester's wife has set the house on fire and committed suicide. Mr. Rochester has lost his sight and his hand in the fire, but he and Jane are reunited and decide to marry. In the end, Jane and Mr. Rochester are happily married, and Jane learns that she has inherited a large fortune from her uncle. The novel concludes with Jane's reflection on the importance of finding one's true self and staying true to one's morals and values. Overall, Jane Eyre is a powerful and timeless novel that explores complex themes of social class, gender, love, and morality. It is a coming-of-age story that highlights the importance of self-discovery and staying true to one's beliefs, even in the face of adversity. The novel's strong female protagonist, Jane Eyre, has become an iconic literary figure, inspiring generations of readers and writers alike.